Welcome back, Tigers. In this video, we'll walk through how to take advantage of key Einstein Conversation Insights features that are included with Enterprise Edition and higher for up to 10 users without requiring a paid Einstein Conversation Insights license. With these features, you can view video call recordings directly in Salesforce, highlight key conversation moments, and enable managers to leave coaching comments. Let's dive in and see how to configure these powerful tools for your revenue teams. All right, here we are in Salesforce, and our first step is to go into Setup. We're going to go to Permission Sets. And you will need to assign the Conversation Insights for Sales permission set to anyone you want to be able to use this. You'll click Manage Assignments and Add Assignment and select the users who you want to use this. Your next step is to go to Einstein Conversation Insights. You can see that we have a lot of different settings here because we already enabled Einstein Conversation Insights in a previous video. We set up the Google Meet integration. If you missed that video, you can find it in the description below. Another thing you'll want to make sure is that you have Einstein Activity Capture enabled in your org, because that's going to make Einstein Conversation Insights work better to be able to match contacts up to the people who are attending the meetings and identify who's speaking. So this is why we see enabled here. Then we can see that we already have a video recording provider selected. That happened when we enabled the Google Meet integration. So this video will be all about how Google Meet works with Einstein Conversation Insights. We are going to turn on optimal speaker separation. We'll turn on related record matching. This means that it's automatically going to look to match the records in Salesforce, your leads and contacts, with the attendees on your meetings. We also want to enable insights reports and conversation related measures for enablement. We've already assigned our permission sets. The next step is to set up call insights. Call insights are configurable or automatic. We're going to do a deep dive into how the call insights work, how to configure them, things that we ran into while configuring them that you need to be aware of. In this call that we're going to record off camera, we're going to only see the automatic insights come into the video call. Now, this call is going to be between Janet Thompson and Lila Pouncer. Lila is our internal Salesforce user, and Janet Thompson is a prospect at Dragon Insurance Company. Now, Janet is in the opportunity contact roles on this opportunity, so this should make the opportunity link to the video call when it comes into Salesforce. Now, we'll be right back after we record that call. I've completed recording the video, and we're going to go into the waffle here, and we're going to go to a tab called Video Calls. And then I'm going to go to Video Call Review, and I'm going to clone this, and I'm going to call this All Video Calls. And then I'm going to remove the filters here, and then I'll click Save. And then this is where my video call should come in when it gets synced to Salesforce. So we can see here that we now see a call that's come into Salesforce. If we click on the name of that video call, we can see that it has a related record. So it found the opportunity that Janet Thompson was related to, which is amazing. Now, don't panic yet, because this says right now this call does not meet the minimum processing requirements. So we'll provide a link in the description below that has all of the necessary requirements in order for Einstein Conversation Insights to work. Voice calls have to be longer than 10 seconds. Video calls must be longer than 1 minute. Calls must have at least 2 participants, with one of the participants being non-internal. So if you have a meeting where there's only internal attendees, those will not be captured in Einstein Conversation Insights. Also, the host or the organizer of the meeting must be an Einstein Conversation Insights user. If Lila Pouncer was not an Einstein Conversation Insights user, her video call would not come in here at all. The video is actually still processing in Gmail. So we can see right here, this recording is from yesterday. So the recording from today has not come into Google Meet yet. No reason to panic that you still see this message right here. As soon as the Google Meet video has processed, you won't see that message anymore. All right, we now see the meeting recording in our Google Drive here. And then we refreshed our screen, and now we can see it says that we're processing this call for insights. They should be ready soon. And we can see that Janet was automatically linked to this meeting. And then I had a little bit of trouble joining the meeting as Janet. So you can see that there are 3 different Janets down here. And so we can just say, well, that's all the same person. It's all Janet Thompson. And we can make those all go away. So if somebody tries to join your meeting over and over again, this is what's going to happen. If there's people that it doesn't recognize, this is how you will link them to the meeting. But we can make all those go away by letting it know it's the same person. She just had lots of problems. All right, so then we're going to check back and check out the insights whenever this is done calculating. While we're waiting for the insights, we can review how you can take advantage of a feature called record collections. So over here, we can see that there is an add to collection button. So if we click that, we can go ahead and create a new record collection. So what this is used for is to create a library of successful calls that you can use for training or onboarding your different teams. So we will create a new record collection, and we're going to call this Account Executive Onboarding Calls. And then we're going to give it a description that this collection contains examples of how to run a discovery call with a prospect to sell them computers. We'll click Save there. And then we need to name this particular call. So this is a discovery call with prospect using Samsung. And in the description, we can say this is a call between Lila Pouncer and a prospect who is currently looking to replace 150 Samsung computers they are using at an insurance agency. We'll click Save there. And then this will show up under the Related tab underneath the call collection list. Now, one video call can be part of multiple collections if you had different record collections that you wanted to add those to. Then you can also go ahead and look at all of the collections that you have. You have a tab called Record Collections, and you'll be able to see them all here. So you'll click New here, and then you'll call this All Record Collections, and you'll just create a new list view for your users to access all of the record collections that you've created. There we go. And then they'll all show up there. And this is what the Lightning record page looks like. It's going to show all of the videos down here of the calls that have been made in this record collection. This is a great way to have a library of successful calls or failed calls so that new sales reps and existing reps can learn from other team members. Now let's go back over to our video call. And we are still waiting for our insights. All right, our video is done processing, and we can see a whole bunch of cool stuff here. On the left-hand side, we have our automatic insights that Salesforce configured in Einstein Conversation Insights. Those will happen automatically, and you can see on the timeline here exactly when those insights occurred. You can click on any of these insights, and it will take you to the point in time on the video, as well as that point in time in the transcript on the right-hand side. On the right-hand side of this screen, you have a couple of tabs. The transcript tab is going to show you exactly who was speaking and what was said. The action items tab is pretty nice because this is going to listen to your video and identify places where you were supposed to follow up. This is where Lila was supposed to send over a case study to Janet. So we can click Create Task right from here. I don't like how it puts the ID in there. So I'm going to write in here, send case study. It'd also be nice if it would link it to Janet, but we can't have everything. And then we'll make that due, and we'll save that, and that'll be a task logged against Janet. You will also see other follow-up seen here like send email, and you'll be able to click send email right from the action item. Now there's a couple of really cool tools that managers can use in here. So I'm going to go ahead and log in as Tara Hunter here, and I'll be right back. All right, here we are logged in as Tara Hunter, who is Lila Pouncer's manager. And I'm going to go to a tab called Conversation Insights. This is an app that comes with the Einstein Conversation Insights product, and Tara needs access to Einstein Conversation Insights the same way Lila does. You have to assign the managers a permission set in order for them to see all the video calls and be able to engage with the users through this app. Now she can look at all of the video calls, and that's going to take her to the Conversations tab. She can choose to filter just for her team's video calls, and then she can search for a specific date range, click apply filters, and then all the video calls that fit that criteria are going to come into the right-hand side of the screen here. Now, if they're tied to an opportunity, you'll be able to see the opportunity amount in the stage. And then you also have this cool little icon to the right here, which allows the manager to not have to click into the video call to be able to see any action items, be able to see any insights, and even see the transcript right from this page. Then they can decide which one they want to click into to do a deeper dive. This is the meeting that we are reviewing right now, and you can see that Tara can watch the recording, she can read through the transcript, and click on certain points in the video to understand what questions were asked, what pushback maybe or objections that the prospect had, and then she can offer some comments or coaching via this little bubble right here. So she can click on a point in the timeline, and then when she clicks the comment, it's going to automatically log the comment on the timeline. So she can say, nice job handling the objection from Janet. Click comment here. That's going to show up just like this, and then Lila is going to be able to write a comment back to her. We'll be able to see the comments on the timeline as well. And then over here on the right-hand side in Chatter, you'll see the comments are posted. So that's a cool little feature. Tara can also use this link icon. If you click this, it's going to copy the exact point in time of the video, and then she can paste that into a link anywhere that she wants to, and it'll link to that exact timestamp. So if they're linking to maybe Slack or somewhere else, you'll be able to find that exact point in time by clicking that link. Now let's go ahead and log out as Tara and log back in as Lila, and let's see how we can see these coaching comments. Now I'm logged in as Lila here, and I'm going to go to the same Conversation Insights tab. And you can see that I can see all of my video calls that I've had over the past 7 days or past 30 days. I can go to my Analytics tab. I can go to the Coaching. And then here's where it lists out all of the videos that have coaching in them. Now I can see that this meeting with Lila Pouncer was the meeting that we were just looking at that Tara left a comment on, and we see that there are no comments. The reason for this is because the comments are not going to come into this report view until the data flow runs. So there is a data flow that runs for Einstein Conversation Insights every 8 hours in CRM Analytics that is updating these dashboards and reports in this tab. So these reports are not reporting in real time for all the metrics, so that's something you need to be aware of. We do have a video where we're going to explain how the data flow runs and how you can go into the data manager and change the settings and manually run it and change the schedule. Now we can go into this other video and we can see the comment that was made here. And then I can reply back to Tara and say, thank you so much. And you can see that it shows as a comment, and then it'll show over here in Chatter as well. Now we're going to go into a lot more details around how the Conversation Insights app works, the reporting works, and analytics works in a future video. So make sure to subscribe so you don't miss out on that one. All right, the next thing that we're going to look into is what happens if we have a failed video call, meaning that it failed to upload into Salesforce. We can see it in Google Meet, but we can't see it in Salesforce. So there is a way that you can allow your users to upload video calls. So I'm going to log out as Lila. And then we'll come back over to our general settings. And there is a setting here. This is in the Einstein Conversation Insights settings. And you can allow your users to upload calls. This is up to you if you only want admins to do it. If you don't enable this, admins will still be able to upload a video call. Now, in order to upload a video call, we need to go to the Conversation Insights tab. And we're going to click Upload Video Call. I'm going to expand this out, and we first need to tie it to the calendar event where the video call was booked. Now this is for Hawthorne Diagnostics, and it's going to automatically populate the title and the date for us based on the calendar event in Salesforce. And then we're going to link it to the opportunity. Okay, so that Google Paid Ads project. Then we'll click Next. And then you can see it's automatically pulled in participants. We can add even more participants if we wanted to. So these are the two people who were in the video. And then I'm going to select my meeting source. This is going to be Google Meet. And then I'm going to upload my file. And then you're going to certify that you have the rights to this file. It's going to take approximately 1 minute for this to load. So you need to leave the screen alone while it uploads. Or 10 seconds. That was pretty quick. The video is kind of short. I'll click done here. And then it says my video call was uploaded. I'm going to view all of my conversations. Then I'm going to look for that video call. Here it is. We can see that it's still processing the insights, and it's going to show you all the same things that you saw on a video call that automatically came into Salesforce. You'll be able to see the transcripts, action items, and insights. Next, we're going to show you some things that you can configure in the back end of Salesforce. So we're going to come over to Setup, and we're going to go to Object Manager, and we're going to go to the video call object. Now you can add custom fields to your video call records, which might be pretty cool for you if you want to categorize them in a certain way for reporting purposes. You also have a page layout that you can configure, and you can add fields to it here. You can add additional information that's automatically included that Salesforce provides. If you have any questions on what some of these fields even mean, we're going to give you a link to the video call API documentation from Salesforce. There were some interesting fields that we didn't quite understand what they meant, like intelligence score. I was really interested to find this out, but support couldn't tell us any additional information as to what a high score meant. So all we have is this information here that says video calls where product names and competitor names are mentioned tend to have a higher score. So we didn't have any custom insights configured at this point in time. So we will take a look at this in a future video to see if the intelligence score actually does go up when we have custom insights for products and competitor names in a future video. So we'll quick save that. Now we can go to other objects, and we can also add related lists to those objects. So if we go to the opportunity and we go to the page layout, we'll go to related lists, and we can see that we can add video calls and voice calls to the layout. And then we can also configure the fields that we want to see. And then if we go to an opportunity, refresh the browser, we can see that we have a video call related to this opportunity, and it doesn't have an intelligence score just yet because it hasn't finished processing. Let's go ahead and check out our other opportunity. We want to get to the one for Lila. Let's see here. Let's go back to our Conversation Insights. Sometimes think it's just easier to use a video call tab if you want to see your list. All right, here's our opportunity. And we can go to this video call, and we can see we do have an intelligence score of 15 for this one, which is interesting. And then you can also see your video calls from the activity panel on the side here. So we can see our insights come right into the activity panel, so we can be able to view that. And then we have our duplicate video participants showing again, because Janet had trouble joining that call. We'll show you how to clean that up with an automation that we'll build using Flow. And that's all the features that we wanted to show you in the initial setup for Einstein Conversation Insights. We hope we gave you some good tips on how to get this product implemented for your teams. That's it. That's a wrap. Don't forget to subscribe to Blue Tiger Academy so you don't miss our next video on Einstein Conversation Insights called Insights. We will share the differences between automatic and custom insights, challenges you may run into, and how to make sure your custom insights trigger when they should. Let us know in the comments below if you have any questions or if you'd like to see a video on a different Salesforce topic. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.